Hi, this is Valerie Hector. In this video, I want to show you a couple of pieces I've made where I've combined sterling silver wire with glass or metal or wood beads, okay? This is the first piece I made in this concept. It's called the Golden Moon brooch. I made it in 2002, and the first step was to create an armature out of sterling silver wire and sheet. So I soldered a bunch of sterling silver wires in parallel form, in kind of a diagonal orientation. I soldered them to a piece of sterling silver sheet that I cut out and fabricated, smoothed, and added 2 pin stems. Now, I'm not thrilled about these pin stems anymore now. I would have done it differently, but this is where I was back in 2002, and they work perfectly well, although they're a little tedious. Anyway, after I finished soldering the sterling silver form, I beaded the form, okay? These are Japanese delica beads stitched into peyote stitch tubes, actually into peyote stitch strips that are then sealed, stitched around the wire, okay? And these are Japanese metal beads. As far as I know, these beads aren't available anymore, but they were back then, and they made a beautiful sort of complement to the matte red beads, okay? So that's that piece. I'm really happy with it. When you're an artist, you don't always, when you make a piece, it doesn't always match what you had in mind. This piece did, and I'm really happy with it. So I'm keeping it. I've always kept it. There was another piece in that series, that appears in my book, and that was called, I think, Red Star or something like that. I can't remember, but I did sell this a long time ago. I kind of regret it, but I want to make more pieces in this series. Maybe I will. I love Albert Einstein's famous saying, often quoted, imagination is more important than knowledge. Knowledge is limited. Imagination encircles the world. Anyway, this is from my old book, The Art of Beadwork. It came out in 2005. It's long out of print. You can find a copy at your library. Maybe check Amazon. There should be some copies for very little, okay? Anyway, that's that piece. And this piece, more recently, I made this maybe a couple of years ago. It's just an experiment. It's a mock-up. I'm trying to understand, can I actually bring into being the idea I have in my mind, right? So I wanted to create this sterling silver armature. I didn't finish it, but I started it, and then I tested how does it work to wrap beads between the rungs of the armature, to wrap these wooden beads. And the answer is it works reasonably well. I mean, I think that I should have situated these rungs a bit closer together. So in the future, when I have time to go back into this piece, I will probably resolder the rungs a little bit closer together, okay, to accommodate these wooden beads. I love the matte finish. I dyed these myself. I love the variegated coloring, right? But this is just a work in progress, has a long way to go to become realized, But this is what keeps me going as an artist, being able to experiment and try different ideas and see what works, I think this base here, I think it's 2mm by 1mm rectangle wire. And I think probably if this is going to be a brooch, it's going to have to hold up to some kind of wear while still being lightweight. So, I might use a bit thicker piece of rectangle wire here. I don't know. I would love to spend all day, every day, just working in the studio making pieces like this. And hopefully, I'll get back to it soon. So thank you for coming by, and I'll see you in the next video.